Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. Today is Monday, April the 28th of 2014. And this is something I've been waiting for since last week. Let me sit down here. Oh, okay, this is not going to be comfortable, and explain. You see, last summer, last August to be precise, I took ownership of a Acer TravelMate 5744. A really nice laptop, and I owned it up until last week. It was just never had a bit of trouble with it. Okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. Never had a bit of trouble with it, and it ran perfectly. But what I didn't realize when I got it was, you know, I knew it was going to be refurbished, but I didn't know the i5 that was going to be in it was a first generation i5. So I felt kind of limited to what I was able to accomplish with that laptop. So it got to the point last week I decided, you know what, I've recently come into a little bit of money. I'm going to sell my TravelMate, which I did. I sold it for about $200, and I'm going to buy pretty much my dream laptop. And this is it right here. I got this for about $300. This is a Dell Latitude E6520. I believe it has a second generation Core i5 running at 2.5 gigahertz, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and a 320 gigabyte hard drive. But you know what? Enough of me yammering. I gotta get into this. I'm excited. Okay. These, in my opinion, are some of the most amazing laptops, well, modern ones at least. And plus, I've always been quite partial to Dell since the early 2000s. Okay, this is not the best way to do it. Who cares? I'm not going to be reusing this box anyway. Okay. Here's the laptop. We'll check that out later. Alright, first we got a power cord. Looks like pretty much standard issue Dell power cord for a laptop. Just some, and I guess that's it. So, good amount of bubble wrap. Let's, this is exciting. It's amazing. Dell's been using this this style power adapter since my first real personal laptop, the Inspiron 1150, which I got in 2004. So those chargers have gotten around quite a bit. Okay. Okay. This wouldn't be so bad if there wasn't so much tape. Okay. Apparently, by the way, I got this off eBay. The person who sold this to me apparently considers bubble wrap an art form. I don't even care anymore. If it doesn't break the laptop. Okay, I'm starting to see it now. Oh, this is looking beautiful. And, ladies and gentlemen, my new main laptop. The Dell Latitude E6540. This is a used model. There we go. Had to. That still smells like new, as it still has that new computer smell. Oh yes. Keyboard feels great. Let's get the camera off the tripod and take a closer look, shall we? First time seeing one of these in person. Never thought I'd see one, much less my own. It's got a 14-inch LED display. No webcam, but I plan to add one eventually. You see these, this series of Dell Latitude is so easy to upgrade. You can pretty much upgrade about anything in here. I wonder if this has a backlit keyboard. I don't think it does, but like I said, I can add one at a later point, which will probably be very soon. It still looks brand new. It's kind of a, it's like the palm rest is kind of has a rubbery feel, kind of like the top of a IBM ThinkPad from the early 2000s. Windows 7, it comes with Windows 7 Professional. I haven't decided if I want to keep that or go to Windows 8.1 because I was using it on my TravelMate up until I sold it. Windows 8.1 that is, and it ran pretty well on it. So I think it just depends on if I'm too lazy, I'll just keep Windows 7. No big deal. I don't care what it runs. Okay, let's take a look at the ports. We got a USB port right here. I believe a 2.0. VGA out. Headphone out. Okay, focus, focus. Oh, well, just take my word for it. There's the hard drive caddy. It has a 320 gigabyte hard drive in it. I'm going to try to upgrade that pretty soon because that's not a lot of space for me. 2 stereo speakers. No Windows COA. Ouch. Oh well. DVD RW drive because I'm still an old school person that loves to have an optical drive. It's like a couple little scratches there, but that's something that won't affect the performance. Wi-Fi switch. 2 more USB ports. Looks like this is this does not have any USB 3 on it, but oh well. I believe that's eSATA and also a USB port all in one. Never had a need for eSATA, but it's there. And we have an HDMI output, blanking spot for a 56K modem, power adapter, and Ethernet. Nose is running. I had some spicy chicken for lunch. And on the inside, we have the keyboard. Has the little track point on here, which is really nice, and the touchpad. And I always like to have these on a laptop. Dell's always been known for doing this, and I love them for this. Volume control buttons right on the computer. Power button, always a good thing to have on any kind of electronic device, because you won't get far without it. And of course, 2.5 gigahertz Core i5, the dual core edition. But yeah, and it's mine. Oh, mine. Okay, enough of my idiotic rambling. I suppose you guys want to watch me turn it on. Well, your wish is my command. I will be right back. Well, here it is set up on its little laptop desk that I usually use while I'm in bed. Got it pulled over here to my main setup for now. I hooked up my external USB mouse that I got a few months ago, made by Logitech. First we'll switch it on. And, well, folks, I'm a little nervous here. I already know it works, cause well, at least it did when it was in New York. But, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Alright, that's a promising sign. Alright, it's booting into Windows 7. I believe it's professional. hopefully Service Pack 1. It's probably not going to detect the mouse right away, the external one that is. A little bit slow booting up. I am going to have to upgrade this to about 8 gigabytes of memory. And I might even put an SSD in here. This has the provisions for a PCIe style SSD, so I might go with that. That way I can have a storage drive in here as well. Man, here we are. Set to Central Time, it looks like. It's an hour behind. My mouse is working now. It seems like they installed a few programs on here for me. Okay, yeah, it's still installing some stuff for the mouse, so I'll give it a second. I might just put a fresh install of Windows 7 on here or 8.1, just so I can feel a little more safe, if you get what I'm saying. It's got Microsoft Works. That's interesting. Roxio Creator. Something else. Power DVD. Yeah, I might just put a fresh OS install on here. Alright, let's go to the system properties. 5.7 needs to be refreshed, but who cares? That is the highest Windows Experience Index score I have ever gotten on any computer. Even my 2013 custom build doesn't even have as good a score. I think it's like a 4.6, and it's a quad-core i5. This is just a dual-core. So yeah, well, I will say one thing about this that I forgot to mention that is pretty, well, pretty cool about this. We'll go back in here. Let's go to the device manager. It's missing a Broadcom driver. Take a look at what kind of video card it uses. It uses an NVIDIA NVS 4200M. From what I've read, this is a pretty powerful video card. I never would have, as you probably already know, I am not a gamer. I do all my gaming on mid-90s Packard Bells pretty much. But it's still really nice though to have this card in here. It's a nice little bonus. Plus it'll help out for video editing on here and video rendering. Give a nice little kick to that. Okay. Really not much more to see. And it seems like the seller put a little bit of bloatware. But, oh well. Nose needs to stop running. I need to decide what I'm going to do with this as far as the OS. Windows 7 or Windows 8.1. What will I use? Well, you will see coming up next. Well, here we are. It's well over a day later. It is now Tuesday, April the 29th, and I have I finished making the Legend 822 CDT anniversary video, which is actually, focus, uploading as we speak. And So I've had this laptop for about a day now. I haven't really used it any today. I've been busy with the desktop actually, but so far I have to say this laptop is the best one I've ever owned. It really is. I will show the software end of it in a little bit, but there's something that really needs to be shown about this laptop that I think is just one of the best things ever, especially for a power user like me. I'll go, let me see if this screwdriver will work. We'll flip it over. Here's the bottom of it, and first let's remove the battery, which is going to involve 2 hands. Alright, just lifts out like so. And I will just start unscrewing things right now with a different screwdriver. This one is just not one to cooperate. Where's my good one? Where's my good screwdriver at? Why am I never prepared for this kind of stuff? Okay. Let me see. Let's just try this one again. Yeah, let me look for that screwdriver. I'll be right back. Okay, I found a screwdriver and I went on ahead and just unscrewed everything. So, we're going to take this entire bottom panel off the laptop. The whole thing. Now, normally on any other laptop, especially a consumer grade laptop, this would be a difficult job, and even if you got the back panel off, you really wouldn't be seeing a whole lot, just a bunch of nothingness. So we're going to just lift this up here, move this to the side, and guess what? Look at all this. Look what all we have access to. Just by removing that one back panel, we have access to the memory. It has 2 gigabytes of DDR3, 4 gigabytes of RAM. The optical drive here, which you can just remove like this, which has been a mainstay on Latitude laptops for many years, although I'm unable to do it right now for whatever reason. You get access to the wireless card, PCIe slots. Now, I had mentioned yesterday when I first started this video that you could add one of those little PCIe solid state drives to it, and I was planning to do so, but I found out that you cannot do it on this laptop. So don't worry, I have another solution which I will explain in a minute or so when we get to it. What else do we have? The clock battery. Yeah, all this stuff, and believe it or not, you even have access to the CPU. This is the heat sink and the fan. Just remove this and you can replace the CPU with ease, which I plan to do at some point. I'm going to put a really nice quad-core i7 in here. So, yeah, maybe sometime this summer I'll be doing that. And you get the hard drive, which slides out here on its caddy. This is the Achilles heel of this machine, unfortunately. It's a Hitachi 320 gigabyte. It's a piece of junk. Well, the drive itself is okay. It's just I'm led to believe that it only has like 8 megabytes of cache, which is a huge bottleneck to this system. I mean, this is one of those deals where you have to turn the computer on, go do something else for several minutes, come back and find that it's still not booted yet. And this, I believe, is the reason. It's just yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. It's good for storage and putting in like an enclosure, but not as a boot drive. Now, I mentioned earlier that I'm unable to put a PCIe SSD in here, but last night I was able to order a little something. I hope to get sometime this week. Something I was wanting for my my old travel mate at some point. A really cool concept. It's a Seagate hybrid drive, which my friend Elmo3 has made videos about. It's a basically half solid state drive and half hard drive. It puts your most used programs and files in cache and everything, and it pretty much gives you most of the speed with an SSD, as well as the storage space of a regular hard drive. And the one I got is only the 500 gigabyte model. I will upgrade it to a 1 terabyte model eventually, but I was in a hurry last night. I didn't have much money, and 500 gigabytes will suffice for now. In fact, 500 gigabytes was what I had in my travel mate, so it'll be okay for a while. And we'll just put this back in here. And yeah, this is the easiest laptop to upgrade ever, I think. So, let me put this cover back on, and we'll take a look at the software end of things. Okay, I got all the hardware back together. Because this laptop, at the moment at least, doesn't have a built-in webcam, I'm using this old Logitech camera that I got back in 2009, and it still works really well. It still has a built-in microphone on the computer, which I think sounds pretty good, so I'm just not going to use the built-in mic on this because I think it's kind of inferior. But enough about the camera. Let's boot this up and see what operating system I decided to go with. But first, we never got a look at the BIOS yesterday. I did a BIOS update last night. It was still running an old A005 BIOS from 2011, so I upgraded it to to the latest BIOS, which is dated, I believe, December of 2013, so it's up to date now on the BIOS end of things. System information, yeah, we're now on A21 for the BIOS. There's the service tag. This computer was manufactured July 4th of 2011. I actually remember what I did that day. I was out hanging with my friend Dylan Jones throughout Greensboro. We went to McDonald's, had lunch, and came home and went through a terrible, terrible lightning storm. Not a very good experience. And the ownership date is August 24th of 2011. Don't remember what I did that day though. Oh, I do now. It was actually the day after the East Coast earthquake, the only earthquake I've ever been through. And I hope I don't go through another one. Okay, we got 4 megabytes of RAM. It's in dual channel mode. And processor information, it has an Intel Core i5 2520M running at 2.5 gigahertz. That's Luke again. It's a dual core edition. Again, I hope to upgrade this to an i7 sometime this summer. And pause this if you want any more info here. battery information. Okay, it's a healthy battery. I don't know how long it lasts though, because I've mostly been running this on AC power since I got it. Boot sequence. It's actually supports UEFI, which I'm using, and this is the first laptop I've ever owned with UEFI on the BIOS. So that's definitely really nice. Date and time. Yeah, it's gives you a ton of BIOS settings to mess around with. Got some system logs. Looks like it received a memory upgrade or downgrade in this recently. May 16th, 2013, it had a low battery. December 5th, 2011, looked like it had a faulty AC cord. No thermal events, that's always a good thing. It just goes back to when I had it. We'll get out of the BIOS and we'll see what version of Windows I decided to go with once it turns back on. No bootable devices. Are you kidding me? That's definitely not accurate. Let me go to the boot menu. Let's go to Windows Boot Manager, see what it does. Nothing. Okay. Folks, I will be right back. Okay, I think I got it figured out, and it was a simple thing, and it was my fault, as usual. The hard drive caddy and the hard drive itself wasn't in there properly, so the hard drive wasn't making a good enough connection, but I think I got it in there, got the hard drive seated properly now, so let's try this again. Here we go. Stop booing. Yes, this is Windows 8.1. I was running Windows 8.1 on my TravelMate for the last few weeks I had it, and it ran perfectly. I still prefer using Windows 7 on my desktop, but on here, it's really not that bad. Like on a laptop, I especially love having the Netflix app on here available for when I'm in bed and I want to watch something. So yeah, I pretty much went with Windows 8.1 just for Netflix. I am a pathetic human being. But here we are, finally getting into Windows, and you can see how long it's taking. This hard drive light, even when it's not booting up, is usually just on completely. It doesn't even blink, it just stays on, literally. So, I will be very happy to get that hybrid drive in a few days. So with that said, I didn't install as much on here, and I didn't put as much as much of my files on here as I had planned to, just because I'm going to have to be doing another reinstall in a few days, so I didn't want to be wasting my time, but I just wanted to get it going well enough to be able to use, so I can have a laptop. Look, it's still on. It is still on. Which I do have to give Dell credit for this. They put a hard drive LED on here. The last couple of laptops I've owned have not had this. It's very annoying not having that LED. So, what now? Oh, it looks like it's still booting. I really don't have a whole lot installed. Well, at least that's supposed to start up, that is. You can see I installed Start 8 on here because I really like Windows 8, but I still need the Start menu. What, Microsoft, what were you thinking getting rid of this thing? Well, thankfully in an upcoming update they will be adding it back with a new but cool twist to it, so I'm really looking forward to that. And if you're wondering, yes, I did try to run Windows 8.1 on this desktop here, my main daily driver computer, but even though this Asus motherboard is designed for Windows 8, it was just a little too quirky. Plus, the main reason I installed it was because most of the people I talked to said that Windows 8 it starts up faster, but especially on SSD, which I have in here. But I think it started up slower than Windows 7, so I went back to Windows 7. But it's fine on my laptop, at least on here for so far. Okay, let's go into the system properties. I need to fix that. Here we go. Yeah, it could be a little bit faster. Yep, only has 4 gigabytes of RAM, but sometime after I put the new hard drive in here, I do plan to upgrade it to 8 gigabytes. I'm planning on going with a 2 4 gigabyte stick setup so I can have dual channel. Added the Dell OEM logo on here just because I'm a nerd. Device manager. I got all the drivers on here installed except for this one thing, unknown device, which it's been driving me insane trying to figure out what this unknown device is. But Windows Update doesn't know what it is, so, and it doesn't seem to be hurting anything. So I guess it's okay. It's just an eyesore seeing that. Alright. Intel HD Graphics 3000, a very good chip. And an NVIDIA NVS 4200M, a really good chip. Okay. There's my webcam I installed. There's all the network stuff. That frightened me. I got a friend request on Facebook and it frightened me. That's not a good sign, is it? Oh, what was I looking for? Yeah, and it has a something called Dell Control Vault without fingerprint sensor. A friend of mine told me that this is because this computer actually has some kind of SIM card in it, which is kind of cool, but I don't have any kind of service plan to use it with, so and I don't plan on getting one, so oh well. At least it's there, I guess. if it is there, I don't even know what it is to be exact. Oh, what else? What other knickknacks did I put on here? DOSBox, ScumVM, all that good stuff. I got Office 2013 on here, which is a lot better than what people say it is. Let's see. Something I wanted to show. Oh yeah. Despite popular belief, this program actually runs just fine on Windows 8.1. Look, not even doing anything, and that hard drive light is just going nuts. But anyway, this program actually runs just fine on Windows 8.1, although you do need to do a little bit of tweaking to get it to run. Yep, that's right. Microsoft Virtual PC 2007 is running on here, thanks to some help from my good friend Jay, aka Video Sans Frontiers, here on YouTube. It's hard to explain what he did to get this going, but you wouldn't know anything had to be done because it still works. It works perfectly like it should. Here, let's just load up Windows 98 just to demonstrate. As you can see, the virtual machine is booting up just as it should. Maybe a little bit quicker if I had a better hard drive. Alright, let's just move this up a little bit. Good speakers on this laptop, I must say. Yeah, that's Windows 98 running in Virtual PC on Windows 8.1. And there's the proof. Alright, we'll get back out of this. So yeah, Virtual PC, it works just fine. Albeit with some tweaking. Okay, let's go into CPU-Z to shed a little bit of light on the subject. Alright, Intel Core i5-2520M. It's a Sandy Bridge, which is actually a really nice revision. Okay. All this technical mumbo jumbo. 2 cores and 4 threads. Yeah, I'll really discover the true capabilities of this computer once I get that hybrid drive put in here, cause this Hitachi hard drive is really killing the mood on here. Alright, main board info. It uses a Sandy Bridge chip. Memory, dual channel, 4 gigabytes. Only shows the Intel graphics on here. And yeah, really nice. And speaking of graphics, you really won't see much when I do this, but if you ask me, this is pretty cool. Watch what happens when I switch it to battery power. I don't know if you really saw that. You may have seen the icon up here, but when you unplug it and go to battery power, it switches from NVIDIA video to Intel video to save battery power, which I think is a really nice concept. I'll plug it back in if I can find the plug. Hi. Okay, come on, there we go. Alright, here we go. Okay, I don't think I have it in all the way. There we go. and it switches back to NVIDIA graphics. That is pretty cool if you ask me. Pretty cool. Okay, anything else to show? Well, it has internet it can get on the internet, but all of you have already seen the internet. You're using it right now to watch this video, I imagine. Going to my computer, or this PC as Windows 8 likes to call it, and yeah, running a little bit low on hard drive space, but I've been a lot worse. And again, I'll be fixing that in a few days, hopefully. And also, I want to... what's the word I'm looking for? I want to dispel a popular Windows 8 myth for you guys. I don't have one to demonstrate on here. I have one, but it's plugged up to my main computer, and I don't want to reach back here and unplug it, but Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 support floppy drives perfectly well. So, just take my word for it, it works. It works just as well as it does on Windows 7. There's that hard drive light again, and I'm not doing anything. Hey. Yeah, upgrades I'm going to make to this. First of all, I've already talked about the Seagate hybrid drive I'm going to put in here. That'll be the first upgrade. Then I'm going to look into getting a backlit keyboard, which is quite cheap on eBay, so I might be doing that pretty soon, actually. Then I got to get a webcam for this, so I don't have to worry about lugging this external one around on here. What else? Also want to upgrade the RAM from 4 gigs to 8 gigs. And then eventually, hopefully, maybe this summer actually, I can upgrade this to a Core i7, which may actually, from the one I'm looking at that supports this, will actually make this computer more powerful than my desktop. I will have a laptop more powerful than my desktop. This hasn't happened since I had the Dell Dimension 2350 as my main desktop and my Dell Inspiron 6000 as my main laptop. So, awkward. I guess we can shut it down now. There's really nothing else to see. I will be making more videos about this, obviously, especially since I'll be upgrading it. I have to give Windows 8 one thing. It knows how to shut down quick, but even during that hard drive, ugh. But we are off now. I'm on focus, and I think that's all I have to say about this computer right now. Thank you for watching. More videos to come this week, including another little project I'm working on, and it involves 90s video game consoles. So once I get this certain part in, or actually I should say video game in, so later this week I will be making a video about this, and I'm kind of excited about it too. And I'll also try to make a video about upgrading this to the hybrid drive. But before that, I might as well say this is Billy Core signing off. And by the way, oh, one more thing. At the beginning of this video, I mistakenly referred to the name of this laptop to a Latitude model that either this isn't or doesn't even exist. I apologize for this. This is a Dell Latitude E6520. No, I did it again. It's an E6520. I had one job. But Billy Core, signing off.